From Notebook Review, and this is our quick look at the Lenovo ThinkPad EDGE E431. So what we have here today is the more budget-conscious option here. When you have the more mainline premium-built T-Series, this one manages to keep costs down. The specs are a little bit toned down, and the device itself is almost completely entirely comprised of plastic as opposed to a high-grade aluminum or some other kind of metallic build. Even though this device is mostly comprised of plastic, it's still built very well, and the design in terms of just the aesthetics and how it looks and where everything is placed is very in line with the traditional ThinkPad design. You take a look at the top cover. It has that understated black charcoal look where it's not shiny, and it's just very clean. And I think that's a business look. It's never going to seem like it's trying to do too much. It's just understated, but it looks sharp. And the best of all, it's got a soft touch to the feel, and it doesn't leave fingerprint marks, which is really nice. Also keeping in line with Lenovo ideals, being practical and pragmatic, the device is extremely sturdy. So while even though it's not made of metal, it holds up really well. It's dense, it feels dense. That being said, the thick design actually does add a bit of weight to this machine. It weighs in at around 4.6 pounds, which actually makes this device more comparable to competitive 15.6-inch devices as opposed to other 14-inch display devices. So as you'd expect from a business-oriented device, the ThinkPad Edge offers exceptional connectivity. There's a VGA connector and HDMI connector giving you ample connection options when moving to an external display. There's also an Ethernet connection. There's two USB 3.0s and a USB 2.0. So pretty much any device that you want to hook up to this machine, you can. But the really interesting thing when you're talking about the ThinkPad in terms of its connectivity is what Lenovo is calling its one-link connector. And basically what that is a power jack supply that can also double as a connect to its one-link external dock. And unlike traditional docks, which you set down, they're kind of heavy, this is a more portable dock, which you can even travel with it if you wanted to. And it's basically this small little standalone dock that you can connect to, but it also kind of serves as an extra connectivity hub, offering you, even more ports and just kind of a stable way to set up an office if you want. So if you want to have an external display or something, you don't have to constantly unplug it, plug it back in. You can just plug it into the dock, and then the dock can easily plug into the notebook. The Lenovo is very much device centered around usability, and you're definitely going to find that when you come to look at the keyboard. I mean, this is a very iconic keyboard that you're going to find across all ThinkPad devices. The spill resistance chiclet style keyboard, or island style as they call it, is really comfortable. There's great usability. There's a lot of travel distance for the keys. Each key kind of curves inwards to cup on your fingers, providing a nice grip, making it really easy for your fingers to catch and hold the keys while you're typing. And the response is just exceptional. I mean, it's definitely one of the best keyboards on the market in terms of just, traditional use in typing. And that's definitely the same here. Certainly one of the most notable weak points for this machine is its 14.1-inch Mate display. It has a standard resolution of 1366 by 768, which really isn't surprising considering the low price point for this machine. It starts at $500, and the review unit that we tested here at Notebook Review was priced at $648. However, the low resolution is really not the issue here. I mean, there's a lack of touch, which if you're going to opt for Windows 8, both Windows 7 and Windows 8 operating systems are available in various configurations. But if you're going to opt for Windows 8, I mean, obviously having the touch screen is a nice add-on. And you can buy that with a more expensive configuration, but it is going to add on to the price and kind of dilutes the value that you're going to get from a budget machine. But really the big problem for the display here is actually its limited viewing angles. It's really sensitive to light. Direct lighting is going to cause a glossy sheen to kind of appear on the screen, and colors are going to be whited out and faded, and it's going to be really hard to see the image. And the same thing happens when moving it on the vertical axis. So when you're tilting the display forwards or backwards, and it doesn't even have to be all that drastic, you're going to see image quality greatly reduced. So in terms of performance, the ThinkPad Edge is actually really practical. I mean, it houses a 2.6 gigahertz Intel Core i5 third generation. There's also i3 and i7 options available in configuration, all third generation. There are 4 gigabytes of RAM. You can upgrade that to, I think, upwards of 16 gigabytes. It has built-in Intel HD graphics and a 500 gigabyte hard drive. So, I mean, it's not going to blow you away with the specs, but really it's here to get the job done, and it's going to handle, any business applications or normal business applications that the average user is going to want to tackle with no problems at all. When I was testing the device, I was able to open a web browser and stream HD video while having 6 other tabs run simultaneously without any lag or disruption. Basic applications, things like that, it's going to be able to handle no problem. If you want to do something that's a little bit more taxing, like trying to play a game or doing something like video editing, obviously this machine's going to fall up short, but it's not really designed for that, so it's not that surprising.